Hi everybody, it's Andy Choi here, Sales Manager for Area Specialist. There's a couple of updates that I'd like to go through with you. If you've got 90 seconds, let's go through them right now. So the first thing that I want to review is the latest legislation changes for investment properties, more particularly to do with deductions made. So as you may or may not be aware, legislation that was formulated in May 2017 has passed through the Senate. So that now has been approved around mid-November last year, and it affects the amounts that you can claim as deductions for properties. So I'll just go through a couple of key points. The first thing is it's in relation to the Treasury Laws Amendment Bill of 2017, commonly known as the Housing Tax Integrity Bill. The amended legislation only restricts property investors from claiming depreciation and deduction from a decline in value for previously used depreciating assets such as equipment and plants associated with the investment itself. And so it does not affect capital work deductions at all. It keeps that aside. It's a completely separate issue. We're dealing with the already pre-established used elements of the investment property. So a lot of people did assume that this is actually going to affect the capital deductions. This doesn't touch it at all. So any investors that have been looking at that as something that it will affect, please keep in mind it's only the second-hand use items, so the pre-existing. It's important to note, and I'm going to read this out, it's important to note that the new legislation only applies to investors who've exchanged a contract on a second-hand residential property after 7:30 p.m. from when the legislation was announced, which is the 9th of May 2017. So it only affects contracts after that date. And something to keep in mind, you still got your deductions available, your capital deductions, which make up about 85–90% of all capital deductions. So please speak to your independent taxation advisor when you're doing your end of financial year statements. Hopefully there's still some good news for everybody, and we'll keep you up to date with any other things that come across that may affect you.